Welcome back, film bugs, to another exciting journey into the world of film and entertainment. I'm your host, Lila Filmington, and back from his one-episode hiatus,
Lil Jimmy.
Today on FilmBug, we're diving into the fiery fantasy madness that is Dugo ng Panday. That's right, this is the official successor to the original Panday saga. Now before you ask, hey, where's Panday? Ikaapat na yugto. Look, we tried. We searched, begged, offered our souls to the local VHS, DVD, Laserdiscs, Blu-ray, and 4K Lords, and even Beta. Yes, Beta Max. But no dice. That movie is hiding like Lizardo's lower half body.
So until someone leaks it again, or we get enough budget for a round-trip flight to Quiapo, Dugo ng Panday will have to do for now.
Stick around till the end of this video for a special one-off segment where we review a subscriber's video. You heard us. We're pulling a Panday and forging something completely unexpected. Dugo ng Panday is a 1993 fantasy adventure fever dream directed by Peque Gallaga and Reyes. It stars Bong Revilla as Flavio 2.0, along with Edu Manzano, Martinez, Max Alvarado, Jaime Fabregas, Aiko Melendez, and literal baby IC Mendoza. Regal Films whipped this up as a successor to FPJ's legendary Panday series.
We've got swords, zombies, sand ninjas, slow dancing, a knockoff Terminator, and, oh yeah, a decapitated villain head just vibing in a fish tank. What else do you want, a talking horse? No. They don't have that, but there's a decision-making horse, though.
Since this is a recap/review, please be warned, spoilers ahead. But hey, if you haven't seen the movie, good news. For our North American viewers, it's on YouTube. Click the link up in the corner or check the description below and enjoy the chaos.
The recap.
The film opens with Agno, Martinez, telling the legend about Panday and prophecy of his blood's return. That lasts about few minutes before we hard cut to Flavio brawling and getting his medieval butt handed to him by the local army.
He gets exiled by Gobernador, played by Jaime Fabregas. Flavio, weak and wounded, was rescued and tended to by Agno with the approval of his horse.
Meanwhile, Princess Luna, Aiko Melendez, is celebrating her birthday with unwanted attention from Conde Manzano, who's creepy and also handsy. Something's quite off about this guy.
Something sure seems off, like he needs some more WD-4 anyways. So Luna slaps the creepy taste out of his mouth. And then, like every good Disney princess, runs off to the balcony where she meets recently recovered Flavio.
Cue forbidden slow dancing and woeing. But just when things get romantic, bam! Flavio's caught again and beat up for the second time.
Flavio's punishment? Literally hung out to dry and his own Ballarol blade straight to the gut. Talk about overkill.
Sure is. Just a note, though. That was just a tip part of the Ballara, not a whole one. Just before dying, Flavio's rescued by the Taong Anino, aka the Lost Boys. Agno, our magical lore master, confirms Flavio's the chosen one, the blood of Panday.
But Flavio's not convinced. He tries to pull the mystical sword, but ends up nearly flambeing his hand.
Meanwhile, at Conde's lair, Luna and Mankara being imprisoned in the dungeon.
But to Flavio being a petty thief and perving on the belly dancer. He does help Jasmine and her brother Jamal from Lizardo's army, and that's somehow enough for him to be worthy.
Agno and Macaw tells Flavio that he's ready and give another shot at sword pulling. This time, success. But wait. The tip's still in his stomach.
So what's the solution? Obviously, plunge the blade back in and it worked. So Agno tells Flavio he's not done yet. He's got to pass one final test.
So Flavio walks dramatically down the hall to fight the Ballarra's caretaker, who he revives just to kill. Makes sense, right? Like waking someone up just to knock them the hell out.
After Flavio smites the caretaker, the temple collapses because why not?
With that out of the way, our hero party is officially formed. Flavio, Agno, and Macaw. The Fellowship of the Ballarao. Cut back to Evil HQ, where Aqua Lizardo, still just a head in a tank, is like, Flavio's coming. Like some evil aquarium Alexa. Meanwhile, Conde creepily watches Flavio and friends in his ambush Kubo hut, like it's his favorite telenovela.
Flavio spots one of the soldiers who beat him up earlier and does what any mature warrior would do. He lays the smackdown on him. Macaw and Agno are like, "Stop! This is not what Panday does."
But it's too late. He's beaten him to a bloody pulp. Then Conde shows up and slaps Flavio so hard, it resets his character arc. Flavio tries to pull the Ballarao sword in response, but nope, Ballarao denies him.
You're naughty.
So for the third time, Flavio gets caught again. He's really speedrunning the captured hero achievement, huh?
Now humiliated and full of regret, Flavio vents his rage on, what else? The Kubo house. Agno and Macaw watch in disappointment. Then Macaw delivers a monologue about how he's not worthy of the Ballarao and to be blood of the Panday, then dramatically runs off.
Truly the emotional depth we didn't ask for, but appreciate the hilarity.
After getting roasted, emotionally and literally, Flavio throws a full-blown tantrum inside a poor, innocent Kubo hut. He lights his hand on fire, makes a dramatic vow to be a better Panday, and boom, new Flavio unlocked. Sorry, Kubo. Your sacrifice won't be forgotten.
Yeah, jokes aside, it's clearly a metaphor. Old Flavio burns, new Flavio rises like a phoenix. All crammed into, 4 minutes of screen time? Speedrun redemption arc.
He apologizes to Agno. Macaw, meanwhile, is fighting zombies with a child until shadow peeps show up to rescue him, only to threaten him for bad-mouthing Panday. Flavio arrives, blasts zombies with his
Laser.
and gets semi-worshipped via a group touch ritual that's kinda awkward.
Back at Conde's lair, the prisoners are busy plotting an escape.
But honestly, who has time for that subplot? Let's cut back to Flavio and Taong Anino fan club. Flavio finally apologizes to Macaw for being, well, a hot-headed himbo.
And Macaw, in return, apologizes to Flavio for not being nearly as funny or entertaining as Lando.
Shots fired.
Anyway, good news. The Shadow Peeps were able to rescue Manrico and some other random prisoner whose name we never bothered to learn, because you'll see in a little bit.
And now, a few words of wisdom from our favorite tiny prince of sarcasm, Manrico.
Talaga, katulad ng surot. Maliit siya, pero masakit magat.
On the road to Luna, Flavio meets a path portal guardian riddle witch, played by Bella Flores. Truths and no lies and 2 wrong answers means death. His travel buddy fails instantly, zapped by her deadly
Laser.
Flavio passes with flying colors because plot armor is real.
Back in Evil HQ, Conde demands Luna to strip. But don't worry, Flavio's almost there. He sees Lizardo, then Luna.
Except it's not Luna or Lizardo. It's a shape-shifting minion. And for the 4th time, Flavio gets caught again. FPJ is rolling in his grave. Conde and Lizardo revealed by Luna. They are one. Classic evil fusion plot twist. Flavio escapes, battles sand ninjas who now swim through sand like stingrays. But after that, even more sand ninjas arrive. After a brief pep talk with his sword, he summons a sandstorm which helps him put down 1/3 of them and send the rest of running for Z Hills.
All right, here we go. Finally, Flavio versus Conde. But not before some solid villain trash talk to warm things up.
The battle kicks off in the desert. Then they fall back down in the dungeons. Flavio gives it his all, but Conde's built like a tank. even takes a full-on
laser
to the face and just keeps coming.
Things are looking grim. Flavio's getting mocked by Panday and Fishbowl Lizardo, like an evil tag team roast session.
But then, epiphany time. Flavio remembers Luna's big twist reveal.
Si Lizardo at si Conde ay isa.
So what does he do? Naturally, he blasts Aqua Lizardo's sad little aquarium, which makes Robo Conde glitch.
Flavio hurls the Bolaro at Conde, pinning him to the door. Game over.
Game over, man. It's game over.
But wait. Flavio stretches out his arm and... what's this? He's using the Force? Meanwhile, topside, Princess Luna is out here striking her best Leia in the sand pose. Because hey, if you're gonna shamelessly rip off Star Wars, why stop at one? Let's go for the full box set. Then Flavio literally resurfaces and it's a celebration.
They ride back to Intramuros, Luna's kingdom, and boom! Flavio's exile is undone. Gobernador's family reunited. The crowd's going feral. There's a kingdom-wide fiesta. And still, no one cares about McCall.
The review.
So what did we think of Dugo ng Panday, the semi-reboot/passing of the Balarao sequel? Let's be real. This isn't replacing the original 4 Panday films, and it's definitely not replacing FPJ. Fernando Poe Jr. is Panday, carved magical steel from the comet above and blessed by the comics gods.
Absolutely. FPJ is untouchable. But you know what? This film isn't a bad successor. It's like when your favorite band gets a new lead singer. Different energy, but still hits some of the right notes.
That said, character development? Flavio basically speedrun his hero's journey. One moment he's selfish and a thieving drunk. Next thing you know, bam, worthy of the sacred sword. Yeah, that transformation needed more massaging. We never really got to feel why he deserved the Balara. He got it right away when he doesn't truly deserved it yet.
Honestly, we would have loved a full-on origin story, not just Firehand plus Tantrum and Kubo burning equals Chosen One.
It had heart, though. You could feel the effort to honor the spirit and mythology of the original series. And some very bold creative swings. Not all of them hit, but we appreciate the hustle. Plus, anything with undead, sand ninjas, magic cyborg boss, and a sentient aquarium gets points for ambition.
So in the end, FPJ is the OG, the legend, the template. But Dugo ng Panday is a decent passing of the torch, even if Revilla kind of fumbled it a few times before catching on fire and finding himself. So we at FilmBug are giving Dugo ng Panday a 5 out of 10. Let us know what you thought in the comments. Worthy sequel? Maybe a 7 instead? Or a 3?
All right, we've reached the end of the episode. But wait, not quite the end. Like we teased at the top, we've got a little bonus content for you. You ready? 'Cause we are. Let's go! So we've been chatting with one of our subscribers at Khyel Rodolfo, and he asked if we could check out a project from his channel called Ultraman Frontier.
Now we remember Ultraman from back in the 90s. It was huge. Sparkly explosions, giant kaijus, and that iconic transformation pose.
And here's the kicker. It's 18 episodes, varies around 3 to over 30 minutes long. What really stood out? The hand-modeled clay figures, especially Ultraman. Dude nailed the likeness. And the kaiju? Chef's kiss. We were legit impressed. And the backgrounds? Absolute chaos in the best way. Random Cinelas, tube of M&Ms, jar of Nescafe, a rando relative or parent, to an ant, stealing the spotlight on one of the early episodes?
Some episodes even had cool transitions between claymation and 2D animation. It added this trippy Saturday morning cartoon meets indie art house flavor. More of that, please.
Have you ever thought about going full stop motion with your clay characters? Because honestly, with the way you're already staging those scenes, it would be a killer fit. Bottom line, mad props, Khyel. Keep running wild with that imagination. Best of luck on your show and channel. If you want to check out Ultraman Frontier and support Khyel Productions, hit the link in the top right corner or down in the description below.
And that's officially it for this episode. All clips are used purely for critique and educational under fair use.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click on that bell icon for future episodes. Also, yes, we are still looking for a copy of Panday, Ika-4 na Yugto. Someone scour the internet or check the basement of your Tita's Sari Sari store. We appreciate you spending time with us FilmBugs. So, until next time, this is Lila.
And Lil Jimmy.
Signing off.